What is good, everybody? Yeah, I did not know that that intro was going to be as annoying as what it was, going back and forth. But welcome everybody. How's everybody doing today? Am getting all the final touches set up. That way we can get things started here. I not I'm sorry, non. My my sister was actually up here taking a nap, so I was trying not to rush her out the room, but time for her to go now. So let me finish doing this real fast, and then we'll go ahead and get it started. Let me pull up the chat while I'm doing that. What up, Brandy? How we doing? Steve said, "Woo, sports! Woo, there we go, sports! Hell yeah, fuck it, right? Why not? How do I make this thing scroll over here? How do I do this? I see this thing to go this way. I want to go this way though. Can I not? Can I not? There we go. See, now I got it. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. All right. And Trey, and then Q. All right. And we're going to make all of these just a little bit bigger. We'll go like 24. What's up, Brandy? How you doing? What up, Steve? What up, Brute Saint? How you doing, brother? Says this live or premiere? Oh, we live, baby. We live. It's a live show today. Like I said, I'm scrambling a little bit. My sister was sleeping, so I'm now trying to get all these last minute touches. That way we can do this the right way. Did I spelled Non's wrong? Non's name wrong? I most certainly did. That's hilarious. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this done. And so basically what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be doing our grading for Real Fan Sports Fantasy Draft number 1. All right. We're gonna grade their wide receivers, their running backs, tight ends, quarterbacks, defense, all that good stuff. And then just overall like draft order, like how they pick, why they they picked it this way. Was it good? Was it bad? That's what we're going to determine here. Let me. Okay. There we go. And then once we're done with that, we will do some randomizing and determine what the draft order will be for tomorrow's draft as well as Saturday's draft. 2 more fantasy drafts left for Real Fan Sports. We have RFS 2 League, which will be tomorrow, our more amateur league. And then we have RFS League 3, which has a lot of new people in it. So I'm actually excited to see how that's going to be. I might end up getting my butt whooped because some people found our channel like randomly. So that should be interesting because they know what the hell they're doing if they just randomly had fantasy football appear on their YouTube channel. So I'm excited about that. What up, Cody? How we doing, brother? Daniel, what's up, man? How you doing? Said I'm in my 5th year of fantasy and still can improve on my draft strategy, but almost have it set. There you go, brother. Yeah, I mean, I'm no expert on it. I mean, I've done it. I used to do it a lot more when I was a kid, and then took a break probably from like 14 to like 18 years old, and then now I've been doing it almost every year since then. Or should I say till I was about 15 to 20 years old, and then I started doing it every year again. All right, so we're gonna go QB. We'll go running backs, wide receivers, tight end, defense / kicker, and then we'll just do overall. Yeah, we'll just go overall. We'll do it like that. That looks good. Okay. All right. Let me share screen. Let me see what the best way to present this to y'all is. We're gonna go over here to my screen 1. Boom. Oop, and I'm getting phone calls, of course. I'll call my dad later. So I'm interested to see this though. All right, cool, man. Yeah, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break down how I graded. I actually hate my draft this year. I did not enjoy it at all. So we're gonna go through. We'll go 1 through the 12th pick or 10th pick, 12 teams. So 1 through the 12th pick. We'll go through. We'll do a little grade, have some fun, and then chill. And I'm willing to get some feedback from you guys too. So y'all let me know what y'all think as we go through these these different teams. So we're going to start off with Mr. Vaness, Jonah's dad, Cheesehead's dad, Mr. Cheesehead. We'll take a look at quarterbacks first. So he went ahead and waited quite some time to grab his quarterback, which is a pretty good strategy. You know, I'm definitely big on grabbing quarterbacks late, but I'm not necessarily a big fan of grabbing them this late. He goes ahead and grabs Will Levis. And he only has one quarterback on his team. He's stacked up a lot on wide receivers and running backs. So I'm interested to see what he decides to do with this. I think he actually has already made one trade, or I'm sorry, one acquisition and free agency already, because I don't think he has Will Levis anymore. I'm not even sure who his quarterback is. We'll have to look that out later, but we're worried about the draft. Quarterback grade. I mean, this has got to be a fat stinking F for sure. I mean, you only have one, you have no backup, and the one that you have isn't very good. We'll go to our running backs next. First overall pick, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, simple, easy, got to do it, right? Nothing wrong with that. Then he's going to grab Josh Jacobs in the 3rd round. I also love that pickup. And as Brisky was stating the other day, that, you know, Arthur Smith loves to run the ball. So Josh Jacobs should get a lot of touches. He was the running back leader just 2 years ago, so might be able to get back onto the same path. Then he goes ahead, holds off for a while, digs deep into his wide receiver room, and then grabs Brooks, who plays for Carolina, the rookie, and then Singletary for the Giants. I'm not a huge fan of either of these two, but, you know, right now, McCaffrey and Jacobs, I don't think is your starting two. You can get much better than that. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an A-, just for the fact that I like to have at least one solid backup. Next up, we'll go into his wide receivers. First wide receiver off the board for Mr. Vaness is Mike Evans. He also grabbed Chris Olave. Y'all know I'm a fan of that. DK Metcalf in the 5th. Higgins, and then Jameson Williams way deep down there. Let's see. What do we think of the wide receivers, chat? How do we feel about this situation going on there? Bruce said leagues are full. Yeah, man, they're full this year. Now, next year, Brute, just keep an eye on it. I know next year we're planning on doing definitely 3, but I would be interested in possibly doing a 4th as well. If our 3rd league would have filled up faster, I would have did a 4th this one, but we're just cutting it too close now. All right. So, I mean, Jameson Williams, I mean, I think that's a scratch wide receiver at the end here. My biggest miss with Jameson Williams is, you know, looking to see who's still available. I mean, you grab Jameson Williams whenever Courtland Sutton is still there. I'm not big into Curtis Samuels, but you also have Jackson Smith and Jigba, who could likely be the number 2 wide receiver in Seattle. Jacoby Myers, who has played very well. Gabe Davis with a new team. Jerry Jeudy with a new team. I don't necessarily like the pick for Jameson Williams here, but these top 4, I'm all in for. I think we'll go ahead and grab that, give that one a B. I like a solid B there. I think Evans gives you consistency. I think Olave can give you the big points if the Saints offense can actually click. And then Metcalf just consistently does what he needs to do. And then with Higgins coming up the front, he's had a really good camp this year. He's looked the best that he's looked in a Bengals uniform. So that's definitely going to be exciting. Now we're going to tight end. So I'm trying to see how exactly this works. I know we had a couple of trades here. I believe this is Josiah's pick. So his tight ends are going to be Goddard and Musgrave. I'm cool with that. I'm giving a solid B here. I mean, Goddard, very standard, never going to give you a whole bunch, but you know what you're going to get. You're going to consistently get 8 points out on 10 points on a good day. You know, he might bust through and get like 15 if he gets a touchdown or 2. Very solid. So I'm not mad at that at all. And then defense and kicker. Defense, Green Bay Packers defense. And then for their kicker, going to have Butker. I honestly don't know much about the Packers defense this year. Is any of my my Cheesehead fans up in here? Brandy's in here, right? Brandy, aren't you Aren't you a Green Bay fan? What do you think about grabbing the Packers defense? What's your thoughts on that, Brandy? And while y'all are determining what y'all think, I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know that I am doing the grading live now. That way they can come and join us. And one more league. All right. Packers defense can be a steal, hopefully. That feels good. I recommend getting a backup defense. Yeah, I'm that's what I was trying to. I don't ever keep two defenses. I've never been that type. I normally switch defenses based off of matchups. The only time I ever keep two is if for some reason, like my draft, everything just felt good and I can get a top defense and I'll hold on to that one for the majority and then, swing out some other players. But normally I just keep one. Um, I love the kicker pick. I mean, you can't get much better than Butker. Packers defense leaves me a little bit of confusion. I'm gonna go ahead and give it just a regular C. And then overall grade, the biggest miss is quarterback. I'm actually interested to see. Let me see if I can pull up our league here. I can. I want to see what his actual team looks like now that oh, so he got Jalen Hurts. Where did that come from? Okay, hold up now. I missed something. He did great. Oh. All right. Nah. Okay. I figured out the mistake. The trade came in and he grabbed Jalen Hurts. This is a total turn of events. This is no longer an F. He has Hurts and Levis. Yeah, this is goes back up to like a B plus here. I think as a final grade here, I'm cool. Maybe even just an A. Let's go A here. I'm not mad at this at all. I'm giving this overall grade of a B. I didn't see the Jalen Hurts thing. I was like about to say I knew his dad. There's no way he just didn't get a quarterback into the last round. This is straight. I recommend getting good players. That's always a good idea, Cody. You're definitely right. Getting good players is fun. All right, so we'll start off there. He's the new standard, and we might have some changes as we go through it. But right now, Mr. Vanessa is the standard. Right. Brisky here. Brisky says that he's dominating the league this year, guys. I'm just letting y'all know. Last year, I think he came in dead last in 2 leagues or second to dead last in 2 leagues. I hope he's in here because I really wanted to talk trash to him today, but I'm not seeing him talking his normal mess. So I'm assuming he's not here yet. He's going to end up missing his grave. That's okay. I told him we start at 6:30. He's missing it. Let's take a look at his quarterbacks. Brisky waits till around the 7th round to grab his quarterback standard. He's going to go ahead and grab Jordan Love. Let's see who he grabbed Jordan Love over. He grabbed Love over Richardson, Goff, Murray, Daniels, Tua, Purdy, Herbert, Watson, Williams, and Cousins. I am like, I know like Love played really good last year, but was Love a really good fantasy quarterback? I don't feel like he was. I don't think it's a bad pick, but I would definitely rather a Tua Tagovailoa over there. I'd rather a Goff instead of him. I'd maybe a Trevor Lawrence. I feel like they're kind of the same for me. And even really maybe even Cousins I might put in front of him. I think they're all kind of floating in that same boat. I'll go ahead and say C plus for quarterback. What up, man? Now we'll go into running back. For Brisky, we're going to have Kyron Williams. I loved Brisky's running back plays. He took 2 players from me. I was hoping Kyron Williams was going to get around, and I was going to go Kyron Williams or HM whenever it came back to me. I didn't get the chance. He grabbed both of them. I think this is a steal. If HM can stay healthy, I think he's going to be great in that regard. Kyron Williams, yeah, he's going to keep getting the rock. James Conner, Arizona is a very solid backup. And then Zach Moss, who's now the main back in Cincinnati with Joe Mixon being over in the Texans. Another great grab. And then he gets a late round pick in Hubbard I don't really understand the Hubbard pick. To me, I just don't think like there could have been other things on the board you could have grabbed. You could have grabbed the second defense if you wanted that. You don't have a backup quarterback, so maybe you could have gone backup quarterback and grabbed either like a Rodgers or a Stafford there. I think that's the only mistake he's made in running back, but overall, I like the running backs. I'm going A for this. 4,200 yards, 32 touchdowns is not bad. Talk about for Jordan Love last year. That's what he had last year. I just don't remember him being a big like fantasy boom last year, Brandy. Maybe I'm completely mistaken. I wish there was a way I could go back and check. Because I know people that had him, but he was just your standard. Like he put up 17, 20 points. Do you remember seeing Jordan Love like doing anything crazy last year in fantasy? I don't remember seeing it either. Did you have him last year, Brandy? Yeah, see if you can pull up last year's stats. You said Love was actually good with his feet last year. That could help. That definitely could help. Bad thing about defense is that they have most likelihood to get negative points. That's why I go get a backup. The way we have our thing organized, defense rarely gets negatives for us. It's very rare. Let's see. This is 2023 stats. So he was ranked. Let's see. Does it say his rank? Oh, he was ranked 5th in PPR. Oh, okay. Well, then you know what? Then I'll take it back. I'll take it back and I'll go B. I'll take it back and go B then for that. He was ranked 5th in PPR. I don't know why. I just don't remember him doing much of anything crazy. So, hey, bad on me. All right. But running backs, yeah, I really enjoy his running back crew. I think the only concern is if he has an injury, because both Connor and Achane have both had injuries in the past. Connor's been more injury prone. Achane had the injury last year. That's the only thing that's stopping this from being like an A+. I could even put it as a B+ possibly. But we'll keep it with that. And then also I'm gonna keep quarterback as a B because he only has one. You need a second quarterback. How do you not draft the backup? Wide receivers for Mr. Brisky. Tyreek Hill, number 1 overall. Great pick. He's gonna wait a couple rounds, grab Michael Pittman from the Colts. Okay. Grabs Rashee Rice. Anyone know the story of Rashee Rice right now? Is he playing? What's happening? Is he playing this year? Like, I feel like I just haven't heard anything about him, like good or bad, which makes me not feel confident that he'll be in. You think he is playing? All right. Well, if he plays, then it could be fine as long as nothing comes back to get him. Brandon said nope, he was a rookie. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, Brandy, on who was a rookie. Love is sneaky good. Yeah, injuries really make me hesitant on a lot of picks. I think Hollywood will be the number 1 for KC. Really? I feel like no one knows who the number 1 is. It's just gonna be Kelsey and then whoever Mahomes decides to throw to that day. Like someone's gonna have to break out in order to be the number 1. I think the ball gets spread around. All right, so we'll keep it going for now while we're trying to figure out what the story is on Rashee Rice.
Expected to be available for the season opener, and he's been playing in the.
Okay, so it looks like he should be good then. Okay, well then, not bad. Keon Coleman right now, I believe he's labeled as wide receiver 4, but I think he moves up to the wide receiver 2 spot for Buffalo. Courtland Sutton's a great pick that late. I can't believe Sutton got that far down. I mean, he's the obvious number 1 wide receiver in Denver. I mean, they're going to have to throw the ball to somebody. And Sutton has really, really good hands. He's really good off his block to create separation. We know with that style of quarterback there, but with Bo Nix and Sean Payton, there's going to be a lot of checkdowns, a lot of safe plays and stuff like that. I think Sutton's going to get a really good amount of points, especially in a PPR league. So I feel like this and Tyreek Hill are his best 2 picks. The rest of these, I'm not fully confident in, but I don't think it's bad. What are y'all thoughts are? What are y'all looking at as far as his wide receivers? Love was a rookie. I stay away from rookie quarterbacks. Last year, Love wasn't a rookie last year. No, he's a veteran. He's like a 6. He's been in the league for what, 5 years?
Yeah, like
4 or 5 years.
Last
It was first year full starting. Yeah, first year full starting. Yeah, he did the same thing Aaron Rodgers did for Brett Favre. All right, so Tyreek. I mean, Tyreek automatically goes A. So like A+ here. I go to Pittman. I don't love the Pittman pick. I don't have confidence in Pittman. I don't know who he could have grabbed instead of that. Like I'm trying to look like Dell, Christian Kirk, Keenan Allen. Like I feel like there's other people outside of Pittman, but it's not bad. I'll say C+, B- here. So we'll call it B right now. Rice that late could be good. I'll keep it at a B. Keon Coleman. You're waiting to see he's developed. These are your starting 3. You do have 2 week 6 bye weeks, so I'm not confident in that. But Sutton is a steal. We'll go ahead and go B. We'll rock with a B. Pittman is a great for wide receiver too. I know he's fine, but like last year for the Indianapolis Colts, they had the other guy that ended up showing out and playing really well, Joshua Downs. He ended up getting a lot more featured and more plays designed for him. And I wonder if that will continue. You say A-? I'm not mad at A-. I'm gonna stick with the B, but I'm not mad at the A-, especially if Rashid keeps playing and if Pittman pans out. This is my confidence in it. I'm not a big Pittman. I'm not big on grabbing Pittman there. Tight end wise, Evan Ingram, Snow. I don't know anything about Snow, but Evan Ingram is straight. He did miss out on George Kittle, Goddard, and Ferguson. And that's just from the few that I see here. Hawkinson, Bowers, and Kincaid. Oh, I don't know if I like that anymore. Are you taking Ingram over George Kittle? No. Are you taking Ingram over Hawkinson or Bowers? Maybe Bowers because he's a rookie.
Bowers is a rookie. TJ Hawkinson, I've never really seen too much from him.
He's been top 5. Same with Ferguson.
But Brock Bowers, yeah, probably. TJ Hawkinson, I can't really give you an answer.
Yeah.
An honest, factual answer.
I don't think it's bad. Like, because I mean, Ingram is still a solid tight end. What did I give Jonah Dad on his tight ends? I gave him a B for Goddard. He's got to be less than what the Goddard pickup is. We'll just put it at B-.
You see, Brian did tell me something that Trevor Lawrence. I mean, who's his other receivers? Brian Thomas Jr.,
Christian Kirk, and Brian Thomas Jr. And then I think that's it. Oh no, and then they have Gabe Davis now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot about Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Ingram is solid, but not that good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Hawkinson's top 5 too. That's what I thought as well. Like Ingram's solid, but yeah, I don't like that pick. I'll give him a B-. I mean, I think he went and grabbed the tight end. I think it's a good spot, but I think there's at least 3 guys that I would take before that. I might even say a C+ because I really think there's 3 or 4 guys that I'm taking before that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't miss out on George Kittle. I wouldn't take him over Bowers, even though Bowers is a rookie. I wouldn't take him over Hawkinson. I wouldn't take him over Ferguson. And some people like Schultz a lot. I think there's too many options in Texas, so I wouldn't go with that. Yeah. We'll go C+. All right, then defense and kicker. Try to keep pushing. Eagles defense. I like it. And then kicker Aubrey. Yeah, we're straight with that. A. We'll give him an A.
You see the Eagles got Jahan Dotson.
I did see A. I'm sorry, I did see John Dotson went to the Eagles. That's such a great pick. So looking at this, he's got a very much similar grade to what Jonah's dad has. I think the C+ gives him the little bit of the edge, so we'll go ahead and give Mr. Brisky a B+ here. And whenever we get to me, guys, I'm going to let y'all grade my team. And let me know if y'all are able to see everything clearly, because I can definitely I close this? Yeah. I can actually. Do y'all like that better? Is that easier for y'all to see? Does that work out better for you guys? All right. Josiah quarterback. He got Josh Allen. He did a trade, so Josh Allen is his starting quarterback. Backup is Herbert. A plus. I don't know how you got both of them. Really good.
What about the Jalen Hurts? What is that?
That's a trade.
Oh, okay.
It's a trade, yeah. Then we got running backs next. Running backs, we're gonna have Saquon Barkley in Philly, Joe Mixon in Houston, Raheem Mostert in Miami. Solid three. Solid three. Josiah might have the best roster off of initial look. What you think? You thinking like an A for that, or you thinking? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm thinking A. My biggest concern is I'm probably going to start the year off by starting Mostert over Mixon because I want to see how Mixon looks in Houston first. But I'm going Barkley and Mostert, hoping Barkley stays healthy and Mostert and a chain like are a true like split backs, like they split time, and I think it'll be fine. And then wait to see what Mixon looks like in Houston. That's going to be the big question because they're going to throw the ball a lot. They weren't able to run last year because of the poor performance from the guy from Florida. Forgetting his name now, Damian Pierce. He struggled last year, so I'm interested in what they'll look like now if they'll run the ball a little more often or not. Maybe zoom in a little bit on the sleeper window. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit.
I think Mix is going to be good in Houston.
Does that look good, guys? Let me know. I can go a little bit more. Okay. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. You think he's going to be good in Houston too? Yeah. All right. So now we'll go wide receivers next for Josiah. CeeDee Lamb, his first round pick, grabs Keenan Allen from Chicago. Xavier Worthy from KC. I think Xavier Worthy was a risk that high. I think he was actually the first rookie outside of Malik Neighbors was in Marvin Harrison Jr. So third rookie off the board. And then grabs Curtis Samuel. And I'm trying to make sure he didn't do a trade again. No. Oh. I messed something up earlier, guys, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. I don't know if I love the wide receivers. I like 1 and 2, but I don't have confidence in Samuel or Worthy yet. I think Worthy can be great, but one questionable thing has been about Xavier Worthy coming out of college was how good his hands are, that he doesn't have great hands. And that is the similar issue that all of Kansas City has had the past 2 years. Regardless, they've won Super Bowls, but that makes me worried. Shaky wide receiver, course C. Brandy says a D for the wide receivers. We'll meet in the middle, and we'll go C minus because I was thinking C.
A plus right there. And
oh, what was that supposed to be? Oh, it's just A. There you go. Okay. Oh, it just auto did it. Got it. Okay, we'll go C. We'll go C minus. We'll meet in the middle on that. All right, 5. That's our tight end. So for tight ends, Josiah did a trade, and he was able to get George Kittle. And then he also has Dalton Schultz as a backup. I mean, hey, I don't. You can't have a better tight end duo. Like he'll actually, with his wide receivers struggling, he may be able to run 2 tight ends if he wanted to in a flex position. I'm not mad at that at all.
Is CeeDee Lamb gonna play unless he gets a deal or what?
That's true. I didn't even think about that with CD. I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna play. Everybody from what Dallas insiders from people that we've talked to say it seems like CD's going to play, like he's going to get paid, but it's just going to take some time. But they say that he's going to get paid. Now, if he doesn't get paid, and that's going to be a tough opening week. Les dude traded Hurts for a wide receiver. He traded Hurts for George Kittle. Well, he didn't trade for the player. He traded for the draft position. So he traded back and then traded up over here. So he traded for 2 picks. So he got another pick here and then got a pick there. let's see. It wasn't a great trade, if we want to be honest with you, Brandy. And those of y'all that are taking place, you are allowed to trade in our drafts. So you can, as soon as we get through the halfway mark, we'll call it Mozzie. We're going to go ahead and drop the draft orders for leagues 2 and 3, and y'all can begin trading with people if y'all like to trade draft picks. All right, so tight ends. Next is defense and kicker. So he's actually the one that got Butker. I messed that up earlier. It's not going to affect the grade of the other person. We'll just leave it how it is. But he has Butker, Bills defense, and Niners defense. A plus. A plus. So right now, his biggest concern is wide receiver. And the something is, if CD doesn't play, it's a big mistake. It could go from a little mistake to a ginormous mistake. But for an overall grade, I'm confident with giving Josiah the first A of the draft. I think things can pan out for him, and I think he has room to, or he has things that he could use. He could easily trade one of his tight ends if he wanted to and get another wide receiver. He could easily trade Herbert and get a wide receiver. He could trade one of these defenses in the middle of the season and try to, with comboing it with somebody else and getting a top ranked wide receiver. He absolutely can. I think that's a really good pick.
So he has 2 kickers?
No. Oh, no. Yeah, he does. He has. Okay, that's stupid. I didn't realize that. Yeah, he has Butker and Carlson. He should have spent that on another running back or another wide receiver. But yeah, that was stupid. But we'll let him live. So I'll take that A plus down to just an A, because yeah, I don't know why you grabbed 2 kickers and 2 defenses. That's stupid. Less is per Trey Hurts. Lamb sits out a couple games. Yeah, if he does, then it's in trouble. You're absolutely right. All right, let's go on over to Jonah. Let's see. Does he get a better draft grade than his dad? His dad had to draft for him the other day, or the last year. Did him pretty solid, but I don't know if he didn't realize it was PPR or not, because he didn't leave him with a good running wide receiver group. He had some of the best running backs in the draft, but didn't have good wide receivers and missed playoffs. So Jonah's trying to get his revenge. He's already been operating trades. He's doing the full 9 yards, going crazy. So let's see. Quarterback, Brock Purdy and Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers went really late. I mean, I'm cool with like a B. I mean, yeah, I mean, Purdy, I think, is about the same as last year. There was certain weeks where he held top quarterback because he just was so consistent. But I'm also curious to see what happens with Ayuk, if Ayuk actually stays or leaves. And if he leaves, I think that takes some points away from Purdy. Ayuk played a lot bigger part in that San Francisco 49ers offense than what a lot of people believe. Now, Rodgers stays healthy, then it really won't matter. I'll give him a B.
I had Brandon Ayuk last year, and he won a lot of games for me.
Absolutely. Brute Saint says, tip for new fantasy managers: if you don't have a good draft, don't pad it, because free agency can help you just as much. I got Puka, Njoku, and Mostert from free agency. Absolutely, Brute. Absolutely. Yeah, I was talking to that because we have a lot of new people that are joining us for our second league that have never played before, or have only played once or twice. Some people that have never even really watched the NFL, like, know what it is, seen highlights, but never like locked in. And now they want to give it a try. So I said the same thing. Your draft does not make or break you. It just prepares you for, for what's to come. So trades, free agency, my team never looks the same from draft day to the end of the season. All right, so we'll go to running backs next for Jonah. Running backs, Travis Etienne, he was big on Etienne. Swift, who's now in Chicago, Nick Chubb in Cleveland, and then Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. So his biggest thing is age with Elliott, Chubb coming off of a major injury, Swift, who I think gets downgraded in Chicago. They'll probably have him as a running back 1 right now, but I think Khalil Herbert should have that job, if we're being completely honest. But Etienne is a really good grab. I'm not mad at this. I'm probably starting Chubb and Etienne as soon as Chubb gets back. What are we thinking? What up, Brocky? What are we thinking? I don't know. I don't know if I want to say I'm so bad at like being super harsh. I really don't mind this so far. I don't love the quarterbacks. I'm not in love with the running backs where I want to say A, but I don't know if it's bad enough to say C, maybe a C plus, just because of injuries and age. We'll go C plus because of injury and age. What up, Skylar? How you doing? Chubb might start on IR. Yeah, I think he will. Looking for the learning curve ahead. Don't give out an A plus. Save that for me tomorrow. Got you. Hey, got you, main star. Got you. Brandon said C. You say C. When is Chubb going to be back? I'm not sure when Chubb will be back. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be. He's going to have to hope Swift is going to be a main back, and I don't think he will be. Yeah, you know what? Y'all have convinced me. Put him at the C. Wide receivers: Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Zay Flowers, McConkey. Who is McConkey going to be the number one wide receiver in Chargers? And then Wicks.
Probably Quentin Johnston.
That's what I thought too. Quentin Johnston or Palmer. But you know, he played with coach in Michigan. I don't love the wide receivers. I think Rams look a lot better this year. But Puka has just became that obvious number one, and Kupp's targets have just went downhill. And now that they have a run game with Kyron Williams and grabbing the running back from Michigan as well, Corum, I think that takes even more reps out of Kupp's hands, and I don't love it. What's up, Cheesehead? Oh, look, you came in here just now. Y'all yapping about me right now? We're yapping about you, brother. I think I want to be. This I think is me being nice to you, Cheesehead. I'm going C. Zach, you don't know nothing. I mean, I don't. I just won last year. That's it. I just won last year. Tight ends: Travis Kelce, good pick early on, and Freiermuth. Yeah, hey, all day. Even though Kelce had a decline last year, I don't think we see the same exact thing last year. I think they're going to work him out to where it looks a little different because at the end of the season, they kind of changed up how he was utilized, and he ended up being more efficient. Less volume, but more efficient, and it worked out great. What up, 40? How you doing, my brother? The plan for Kupp to still be the number one, is they plan for that? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I mean, maybe they could say that all they want, but where was his targets last year? Puka was getting 12, Kupp was getting 3. Like I just don't see it. Maybe, and hopefully I am wrong. Then we got defense and kickers for Cheesehead. Pittsburgh Steelers defense, solid, and then Fairbairn from Houston. Yeah, chill. We'll go B. Overall grade, I'm gonna have to go with a C plus. All right, let's go over to Mr. Dolph Jackson from the Keeping It Real Who Dat Sports podcast, as well as the founding father. Why am I? Can we just do what I want? Thank you. The founding father of the Come On In Sports Network. He joined the league. His first time, like really trying a league. He said he's done it before, didn't get into it. He said he has the best team in this league. Dolph, I don't know about that, brother, but we shall see. Ladd is number one on Chargers. McConkey is number one on Chargers. He might be. Oh, they said they're planning on making him number one. Is that what you're trying to say? Rookie. I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that. Rookie. I mean, maybe. I hope so. And it might be good, Jonah. All right. Let's go to Dolph. Don't take my ratings personal. I barely know what I'm doing too, man. I'm just giving you my opinion. So Dolph goes and grabs Lamar Jackson early on at the 3rd overall pick, and he went and grabbed Deshaun Watson later on. if he grabs Lamar Jackson, like in the 4th round or 5th round, I'd probably say that this is a win. But it's just not in the 3rd round. It's too early. It's too early for a quarterback. He only has one wide receiver and a tight end at the time, a good tight end at that, but a wide receiver and a tight end. No running back, no secondary wide receiver. And for that, I'll give it a B minus. Running backs, Alvin Kamara. I mean, y'all know I like Alvin Kamara. As far as my number one running back, I mean, I'm not sure. New system. They want to use Taysom, especially when they get into close yardage around the end zone. But I think Kamara is going to be utilized a lot better this year and utilized in the pass game a lot, which can be really good for PPR. He's going to also grab Gus Edwards for the Chargers, who riddled with injuries last year, but at his time as the number one back for Ravens, looked really well. And then Tajay Spears, who's now fighting reps with Tony Pollard. I hope Tajay remains the number one. I'm not sure what the exact stats are behind that. But as far as running backs go, I am not confident starting Edwards or Spears. Like, I'd be cool if either one of them were my backup running back and then, see how it goes. But no, I have to start one of them early on. I don't love it. And for that, I'm going to go C minus. I'm good playing that college football 25. Hell yeah, 40. How you like it, man? Brady said F. You ain't messing with that. You saying F? Oh, man. Man, if you're saying F, then I'll give him a D+. We got an F on that? Crazy. GSF still waiting on Dolph's trade. He said he don't want to trade. I don't know why he didn't go and decline it, but I told him to last night after stream. So you just don't worry about it. Wide receivers for Dolph. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Great pick in the first. Christian Kirk. Cool with it. Dobbs. I feel uncomfortable with Dobbs personally. And then Rashid Shaheed, and then Quentin Johnson at the very end. I was going to grab Quentin Johnson and end up going with Palmer. First two I really like. I like these first two here. The third is where I'm going to have questions. I guess Dobbs will get that spot. Shaheed may get some, but I don't feel comfortable with starting Shaheed often. And Quentin Johnson, until I see what their offense looks like, I'm not sure either. I don't know who really is going to be the number one. They saying, according to Cheesehead, that it's Ladd, but I mean, nobody knows until the game comes out and they actually start playing. I'm gonna go C for Dolph here. Tight ends: Laporta, Njoku, and Hunter Henry. To be honest, I wanted to go A+ because I love Laporta and Njoku. I'm really not even mad at Laporta going second here in the second round because I think it's very similar to Kelsey going high up and Kittle going high up in drafts, a couple years back. So I'm not mad at that. And I'm not mad at the Njoku pick, even though I think it could have waited a little longer if he wanted to. So, and then the Hunter Henry, I mean, that's just a free space. I'll give it I want to give it an A because of the first two, but I just think the positioning makes it bad. So I'm gonna go B+. Defense, Cowboys, and his kicker, he grabbed Koo way too early. Defense is great. Koo is great, but not at that round. D. Just can't do that. All right, overall grade for Dolph. According to this, it'll be right around a C. And I'm gonna say C- because I think I was being generous in some spots. Said great, a good amount of teams. I'm surprised you knew that there was more than one team on the game, 40. I know you just playing with the mean greens, bro. I do not understand that Njoku selection. I don't understand. I don't know why he grabbed Njoku that early either. It's just a bad spot. Like, Njoku is a great tight end, but just the selection is just not great. And one of my mocks I had Njoku in the back half of the draft. That's a steal. In the back half of the draft, absolutely, it's a steal. Njoku's a damn good tight end. So you think the trade is decent? It might be. I think he just doesn't want to trade. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, G. I honestly think I have one of the best teams out there. So far, Josiah's got the best team. All right, so we're going to do Mozzie. After Mozzie, we're going to go ahead and select the draft orders. All right, Mozzie's up next. Mozzie's quarterbacks. Now, Mozzie didn't get to draft his team. All right, so tough. Richardson and Stafford. Stafford's a steal at the end. I feel bad for Mozzie. Richardson was actually like ranked as like the number 3 quarterback for whatever reason, according to sleepers. Stupid. Don't make sense at all. Stafford at the end saves him from having a really bad grade in quarterback, but I'm still going to put him at a C- in quarterback. I am not confident in Anthony Richardson at all. He got hurt last year. No telling if he'll get hurt again. It normally takes quarterbacks like him a little bit of time to adjust to the NFL. He started to a little bit, then got hurt. And I think he's going to have to go through that whole process again. All that plays with the mean green. How'd you know? I just know, man. Did you do the draft order for Saturday yet? I will be doing that right after this. Jack Connolly said, are you taking questions? Yeah, absolutely, Jack. Shoot them. Shoot them. All right, now we'll go running backs for Mozzie. Again, Mozzie did not get to draft his team. Unfortunate. Jahmyr Gibbs. Didn't Gibbs get hurt? So didn't someone tell me Gibbs got hurt? Didn't he like injure his ACL possibly? He definitely got hurt because I remember someone messaged us, but I don't know what the extent of the injury was. Okay, but he's got Gibbs. Stevenson is just such a big miss, unfortunately for him. Brown, backup running back in Seattle, and then Vidal and Chargers. Yeah, this is just. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mozzie. We're just gonna throw that F up there. We're gonna throw that up. You didn't draft it, so there's nothing to be upset about. You didn't draft it. It's just a hamstring. Okay. Well, even still, it's not going to change my mind. Ramondre Stevenson is your RB2. The Patriots have already given up this year. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson. Questions about Justin Jefferson this year. He's still a first-round pick, and he probably should go at the spot that he grabbed him. I might have went Nakua over him, to be honest, or maybe even A.J. Brown, but that'd be ballsy. Good pick. So we'll take the computer pick with that. Then he gets London, DJ Moore, and Malik Neighbors. I actually really like the London pick this year, but it's just still questions of what that offense looks like, new quarterback, and all of that jazz. But I think London has a much better year this year. DJ Moore, he has competition now. Before he was the main back, all exclusive with Justin Fields. Now he has a quarterback that's supposed to be way better than Fields. But he has competition with Keenan Allen as well as the rookie from Washington, Adunze. So I think he possibly could be, get some of those balls, taken away from him. Malik Neighbors, great receiver, plays for the Giants. He also got another rookie, the other LSU rookie, Brian Thomas, for Jacksonville. I mean, sure. And then Jack Smith and Jigba would honestly might be a better pickup than what Brian Thomas was. I guess I'm cool with a C here just because I really like the London pick. I think it's risky, but I'm not confident in it. Tight ends, Cole Kmet and Likely. I know you already got rid of Likely, so Kmet's his tight end. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Okay, so I'm confused on who should be my running back 1. Jahmyr Gibbs, Taylor, or Saquon in full PPR. So Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Saquon Barkley. First off, how did you get all 3 of those, man? That is insanity. So are y'all only allowed 1 running back? If y'all only allowed 1 running back, that actually makes it tough. You have a squad where you have a squad where I'm trying to trade one of those for, or maybe both of them if you have other running backs too. I might be trying to trade one of those for a wide receiver or something like that, or running three running backs in 1 in your flex. You're saying you would start Saquon in full PPR? Week 1, I think I'm starting Saquon as well. Philadelphia has a big thing that they've done it every year so far, where the first 4 to 6 weeks, they ground and pound, run the damn ball time and time and time and time again. Think it back to last year where DeAndre Swift was their running back. And he was, I think, number 3 or number 2 in fantasy for running backs up until like week 6, week 7. So I would start Saquon in the beginning weeks and then see what things look like with Jonathan Taylor. Taylor, I don't think has competition anymore, if I'm correct. And Jahmyr Gibbs, I think he's still going to be sharing reps with Montgomery. They're going to do a duo running back system. I think Jahmyr takes a step forward and becomes that more primary back. But if Montgomery's healthy, they're going to run him. He's talented. Dorian, what's up, dog? That's what Skylar said. Are you playing in the league too, Jack? Right. Skylar, I want to trade Brown. You want to trade Brown? Taylor then. So you would do Taylor. Send me an offer. Another tip. Cowboy defense has been slipping all the way to the last 3 rounds. Often, if they're available, get them. They're not consistent, but they're the best at turnovers. Yeah, fully agree. Send me an offer and I'll think about it. There you go. All right. What are we at? Defense. Defense for Mozzie and kicker. He has Ravens defense. He actually got to pick that one. Did he not pick up a kicker? Yeah, he didn't pick up a kicker. Just because he needs something on there to make him feel good, I'll give him a B for that. But overall grade, D. All right, let's go ahead and let's announce our draft order. Let me get this back to normal size for League 2. So draft order for League 2. Let's set the order. Draft is tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow in 2 minutes. So 24 hours away. Let's go ahead. They said there's an empty slot. Why is there an empty slot? Let's figure this out. Okay. Boom. All right. I thought all this was done, but apparently it wasn't. So just give me a moment.
I'm in 3, huh?
Yeah. All right. Oop. All right. Everybody set? All right. Let's hit that randomize button. Boom. All right. Draft order is set. Whoa. Why did it do that? It did this to me the last time too. Damn. See, now y'all were here. Who's in this league that's here right now? Who's in this league that's here right now in Real Fan Sports 2? Because I finally got a good draft pick in our fantasy league, and Skylar got the number 1, but it resetted it. So this will be the draft order. We're gonna make it that. That's ridiculous that it reset it like that. You're here, Brandon. So everybody saw it. So everybody knows that I'm not cheating. That okay. As long as everybody, look how it sent it. It sent it like 5 times. Oh, because it was updating. Okay. All right. So now let me take a picture. And then I'm gonna set it the right way. I don't know why it updates it like that. That's so stupid, by the way. Where I gotta go to for this? Okay, here we go. All right. Like it doesn't need to update every time I make any type of change. All right, so first pick will go to Skyla. Second pick goes to me. Third pick is Himanshu. Fourth pick is Brisky. Fifth pick is Nonpfixion. Non's right in the middle. Sixth pick is Cricket. Forget who Cricket is. Seventh pick is going to be Ant-Man. Eighth pick will be Main Star. Ninth pick will be Brandy Lewis. And then 10th pick will be Mozzie. So that is the order. Oh, you know what? I know who we're missing. We are missing somebody. Where is Skylar's friend. Skylar's friend's not in here anymore. I'm really confused, guys. Hold up. Give me a second. Did she leave? All right. Sibad said rigged. Boo. Yeah, it might be rigged, bro. I'm telling you, bro. What's going on? They're trying to go against me. League 3 is Saturday. Yes, League 3 is Saturday. So I don't know why Skylar's friend is not showing up. Skylar, are you in here? Did Liz change her mind and decided she didn't want to play? Why did it do it like that? Okay, that's her thing there. Why is her name not showing up? All right, give me a second, guys. Let me stop sharing screen. Let me figure this out. Okay. There's someone that's not supposed to be here, and I don't know who it is. Unless is Liz's name Cricket? Is that Liz's name, Skyla? Let me call Skyla. Hey. All right, problem solved, guys. Apparently, Liz's name is Cricket. I guess that's her nickname in real life. I don't know. I don't know. She sounds like a cricket. I don't know. I've never met her yet, so I don't know. All right, Real Fan Sports 3. Let me make an announcement real quick. At all. The app has been bugging. And whatever it randomized to. Draft will be whatever it is randomized to. Okay. All right. Set order and randomize. There we go. All right. That time it worked out fine. All right. All right, there we go. So that's the draft. Oh, I didn't even show it live to y'all. That's totally messed up by me, guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I totally just was like, screw you guys. I'm not showing. But that's the draft order. I pressed it once. Dorian was here. He's witness. Danny Vigils, draft number 1. Joe Mama at 2. D-Dog, Dorian at 3. Jonah at 4. Joe Miranda at 5. Andre at 6. Brad at 7. I'm picking after Brad. Of course, that's going to be fun. He'll be joining us for the live stream on Saturday. Dorian will probably come join us as well. Casablanca at 9. Wizard Khalifa, Dorian's brother Brian, he's at 10. Colby at 11. And then Mo Bama at 25. So good luck, everybody. All right, back to the fun. You just had the issue again. I got hella notifications. Yeah, so yeah, it's fine now though. We got it figured out. All right, let the mind games begin. Hey, nah, what up, Elite? How we doing, brother? MS, we need the AEC to verify this. You must have an issue. Yeah, well, it reverted again. So I went in and I just went and put them all in like one after another, and then I pressed the randomize button, and then it did the revert thing. So I just went and used whatever the first one was, and that's just how it went. All right, but Non, you're in just in time for your grading. So we're gonna bring up Non's grade here. Non, to check out his quarterback situation, we're gonna have Jared Goff and Tua Tagovailoa. I really like Non's quarterback choice here. What are we thinking of Non's quarterback choice? A minus, B plus, A minus, B plus. What do y'all think? Goff had a really good year last year. Tua is always consistently putting up high points, at least for the first half of the season, until it gets cold outside. Both have early bye weeks. They don't clash. You know what? I think I like it A minus. He did a very similar thing that I did last year, except I did Burrow and Tua. He went Goff and Tua, and it worked out really well for me. So I actually really like that. Running backs next. Isaiah Pacheco. Kenneth Walker. Jalen Warren. Not a huge fan of the running backs. No, I ain't going to lie. Not a huge fan of the running backs. Pacheco, I think, is going to be just fine. Kenneth Walker, I'm worried about injuries with him. And I'm just worried about Seattle as a whole. Whenever, running backs for bad teams normally struggle a bit. Just because they're not able to put up a whole lot of points, so they don't run the ball as much, having to throw a lot. And then Jalen Warren, I wouldn't have picked up Warren if you I wasn't picking up Warren if you put a gun to my head. I'm not a big fan of this. What's y'all's thoughts? Anyone have any thoughts on the running back situation? I'm thinking like D plus, maybe C minus at the best. Don't criticize system. Might cost you $780 million. You know what? You might be right, Sinbad. So I like my quarterbacks. Yeah, I like your quarterbacks as well. I'll have to show you the cricket video, and I'll show you why Liz looks like it's what we call Liz at work. I got you. All right, now don't love your running backs. I'm gonna be critical. Oh, Warren was an auto pick. Oh, that's tough. Okay, that makes sense. Well, then you don't feel as bad, because if you would have came in and grabbed someone decent for Warren down there, then I probably would have been like, C. I personally I'm not big on Kenneth Walker. I definitely would have went with like an AK, a Connor, a Mostert, Zamir White. I think I would have done all of that over Kenneth Walker. All right, wide receivers. Puka Nacua, Deebo Samuels, Tank Dell, Myers, and then Joshua Downs. I really like your receivers. I think your first two are steady. And then I think your third wide receiver, you could flop. I think you can flip-flop between these three. I think Myers might end up being your true number 3. Like, I'm trying to look at who you could have picked outside of Tank Dell. And, I really don't, I think I may have taken Keenan Allen, but I know you weren't big on him going there. I like this. I'm going A. For receivers. I really like your receivers. Next up is tight ends, Pitts and Ferguson. If Pitts balls out and is actually utilized, it's an A. I think Ferguson's a great backup as well. I think you could work out trades with Ferguson as well to get a different wide receiver, or Pitts or use Ferguson, use Pitts if he blows up, and get a really good wide receiver and then have a stacked room. I think you're set in a good spot. Your draft reminds me exactly of my draft last year, except I think I had a little better running backs than you did last year. That's the only thing that that I'm not a big fan of. Then now we're gonna have defense and kicker. Chiefs defense, Raiders defense, and then Moody. Chiefs defense was really good last year. Raiders defense, there should get a lot of sacks. So you only need him for one game, even if it doesn't matter. It's all matchup based. Moody kicker, he's consistent. I mean, I'm never gonna grade any of that bad. We'll go B plus with an overall rating of probably B plus here. I like it. You took White before me? No, I did. Instead of what's his name? Warren? No, Zamir White was after that, wasn't he? No, I'm talking about Kenneth Walker. Like, I would have took White before I picked Kenneth Walker. I didn't take White until way down there. That's what I meant. And guys, feel free to answer some questions and stuff. I do have a stream with Hoodie at 8:30, I believe. So I'm about to start speeding through. We only got 5 left. But if you do have any just overall fantasy questions, please let me know. I'm gonna speed through Charles because Charles was a full-blown auto draft. He wasn't able to get in at all. Charles, quarterback situation. Where's this quarterback? Caleb Williams and Kyler Murray. See. I don't have any trust in Kyler Murray. People say he's gonna be better this year. I have no trust. Caleb Williams ends up being his starter, but I'm gonna go C. I would have took Tua or Purdy or Herbert. Before I would have took Murray, I think. Running backs: Bijan, Pollard, Javonte Williams, and Corum. I don't mind the running backs. Bijan in the front, like that. Pollard, I have my concerns with. There's definitely better options out there. I think, again, like Mostert would have been up there before me for Pollard, just because Tennessee, I don't know how they're going to deal with their running back situation. Javonte Williams is a great pick that late. I'm down to give this like a B. I'm down to give this a B. Wide receivers: Marvin Harrison Jr., Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle. I mean, I'm not taking Harrison second round. I don't think. Ayuk is really good. We just don't know where he's going to be playing. Waddle's fine. Addison. I mean, it's Minnesota, and now even more concerns with Minnesota. Deontay Johnson in Carolina. Adonai Mitchell, I forget he's in Indiana Colt now. I mean, I'm feeling really C with this. I don't know what Johnson's going to do in Carolina. Their team's not good. Addison doesn't have a quarterback. Don't think he's going to do great this year, even though he had a good year last year. Waddle always just does okay. Like, Tyreek gets too many touches, and if it's going to be the same way, then that ends up being a tough one. Ayuk plays, it's really good, but we don't know if he is. We don't know what that situation is, where he'll be. Marvin Harrison, it's a rookie. Like, I just don't like taking rookies in my first 2 picks. Yeah, go with that. Tight ends. McBride. I mean, McBride is solid. We'll go B. And then defense and kicker. Elliott and Seahawks defense. What? Huh? Elliott and They auto drafted that for him? That's tough. I'm not gonna lie. That's tough. We're just gonna smack a fat F on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll go D+. It's an auto draft. He gets a D+. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I hate my draft this year, and I'm interested to see now, after comparing to everybody else's, how much I hate it. Because originally, like, when I looked at it, I gave myself a D+. So let's see if my mind will change. And I also said I will let y'all grade. So those of y'all that are in here that want to give me a grade, go ahead and type it out, and I'll follow with whatever you say. So my quarterback situation is Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. Personally, what I would give myself for my quarterback situation is a B. I think Kirk Cousins is a solid backup. Dak Prescott, as much as I don't really like him, and he does have some stinker games, especially if he has like some big turnover games, but he also has, really good matchups. Now, if he loses CD, could be issues. So Brandy's giving me an A. I appreciate Brandy. See, Brandy making me feel better about myself. All right. Chat's saying A so far. I'm gonna keep it pushing because I don't want to hold up too much time. But let me know. Running backs. Grabbed Breece Hall in the first round. I wanted Breece Hall, and I'm so glad I was able to get him. I either wanted Bijan or Breece, and I prefer Breece, so it worked out great for me. Aaron Jones in Minnesota. Don't like it. And now that the quarterback situation is even worse, I really don't like it. Hate that for me. Not good. I wanted to get Alvin Kamara, but I couldn't because of week 12 bye week. Thought about getting Connor. Was afraid about injuries, even though I should have been just the same as afraid about Aaron Jones. I probably should have got a Mostert. It's probably what I should have done. But is what it is. Next is I got Zamir White from the Raiders. I actually really like what White did when Josh Jacobs wasn't playing for the Raiders. He'll be the primary back now in Las Vegas. I actually like that pick. I was happy with that. And then I grabbed Eckler right near the end, a couple rounds after that. So crazy. 2 years ago, Eckler was, a top 3 pick in fantasy football, and now he's dropped down to whatever round this is, like 10 or 8, something like that. I think it was a good pick. Some people told me I was stupid. Personally, I think my running backs, because Aaron Jones just is just such a bad pick. I'm like C- for myself. Is really what I give myself. Love Brees Hall. I hope it carries me, but I don't love it. All right, you're giving me B. Yeah, he's going to run a lot. Top. You think he's going to run a lot too? All right, y'all giving me B. I'm glad y'all are nicer than what I am to myself. Yeah, I think he's going to run a lot too. I agree with that, Don. He'll probably end up being my starter over Jones, to be honest. Next up is wide receivers. All right. So wide receivers, I have a very interesting thing. I have a rule where I don't like picking up people that are in weird situations and going to new teams and different stuff. And I just did exactly opposite of that. So I grabbed Adams early. Now, Adams, he's going to get touches regardless. Gardner Minshew's the quarterback now. Let's see how things work out. I feel like Adams will get traded by the middle of the season. I don't know why, just that. And almost it'd probably be a better thing for me if he does. I think he ends up getting traded to the Jets at some point, which could be really good for me. Grab Stephon Diggs. Man, I did not want Stephon Diggs this year, but I didn't know who to grab after that. It was between Diggs and Collins, and I grabbed Diggs, and I think I'm going to come to regret it. I thought about grabbing Cup. I thought about grabbing Moore. I thought about grabbing Allen, but I just couldn't do it that early. So I don't love it, but I didn't feel like I had another choice. Then I grabbed George Pickens, who is the number 1 wide receiver in Pittsburgh now, but the quarterback situation when we did this draft, I thought was going to look better, but it has looked worse than ever. And that's hard to believe with who their quarterback was last year in Pickett. So we'll see. I got Calvin Ridley, who will be in Tennessee, standing next to DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins actually has looked really good in preseason. And then I went ahead and grabbed Shakir from Buffalo, who I think is technically their number 1 or number 2 right now. Really like Shakir. I think that I actually like that pick. And then I grabbed Joshua Palmer, who I think I've already gotten rid of, but I grabbed him just because Chargers wide receiver. You don't know who's going to be first. I'm going C for me. I think C in wide receivers. So please post a link to I can read up on how this fantasy competition works, and I might join next year. Likewise, I'll send a link in February 2025 so you can others join. I'll have to find one, Sinbad. I have to find one. That couldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I'll have to find one. I mean, I can break down the strategy, and that's kind of what I wanted to do today. So what I'm gonna do after this, after I get through this, I'm gonna do one mock draft. So the mock draft will be for anyone that's never watched before, and I'll let y'all know my whole thought process while I'm doing a mock draft. So I'm gonna do that after this. All right. So you're giving me a B on wide receivers. Okay. Man, see, y'all give me a better grade than what I thought. Tight end. I just grabbed Brock Bowers. I actually like this pick. If we want to be completely honest, I give myself a B. I don't think it's breaking no numbers. I probably should have grabbed Hawkinson, but I think I didn't want 2 people from Minnesota because if Minnesota ends up being stinky, then I have 2 starters that are stinky. So I was like, let me not do this. And I feel like Bowers is going to get I think Bowers is going to get some good touches. Now I do have 3 Raiders players. So actually, you know what? I'm bumping that down. Who wants to trade for Bowers? I'll give myself C-. I didn't realize I had 3 Raiders. That was stupid. That was stupid of me. C- for that. Sleeper this year. He is sleeper this year, but I have 3 Raiders. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to trade. I might have to find something. As long as it's not Carlton, I'm happy for any. All right. Defense. I just grabbed Saints defense and I grabbed Sanders as the kicker. I mean, it's a C situation. I don't weigh heavy on defense. I could really care less. So overall, like my grade, like is just is a very solid C for me. What y'all have me at is probably somewhere more around like a B minus. So I'll take that. All right. Last three. Skyla, quarterback. She has Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, the LSU boys. She might as well just name her team LSU. I like it personally. I ain't gonna hate. I like it. I was wondering why you did that pickup. Yeah, I didn't realize it until just now. I wanted Bowers the whole time. So yeah, just is what it is. I wanted Bowers the whole time, but I wasn't planning on getting Zamir White, and I wasn't necessarily planning on getting Devontae Adams. And so my plan was to get Bowers the whole draft or before the draft, and then yeah, it just happened. So that's okay. I'll work a trade with somebody. I'm gonna go look through this tonight, and y'all can look at too if y'all want to take a screenshot of it. I'll pull it up full screen. Those who are in the draft, and you might be able to look and see who who has weak areas, and you could probably try and work some preseason trades. Running backs: Skyla, Jonathan Taylor, Montgomery, Dobbins, Jerome Ford. I actually really liked Skyla's running back. I was telling her the other day after the draft that I actually really liked her squad, and I think I really do. Like I think Jonathan Taylor as the main back now, I think is going to be just great. I think he got his confidence back. I think he's got rid of the beef that he had with the owners. Montgomery's still getting touches, even if Gibbs, regardless of if Gibbs getting elevated a little bit, and Gibbs having a hamstring injury gives more touches to Montgomery. I like this. Dobbins, if he's healthy, he's the starter at the Chargers. He's healthy, he's the starter. It just is what it is. But 2 years in a row of ACL injuries, that's the question. And then Jerome Ford, he's going to start for a while. I like it. I'm going B plus. Don't love it, but I like it. I'm going B plus. Strong and junior, yeah. That 4 pickup and great, yeah, exactly. Yep. I got you, Nan. Yeah. Smart. Wide receivers. AJ Brown. He put in work last year. I think he'll put in work again. They have a new offensive coordinator. It's gonna be a lot different team. Nico Collins. Again, I think it's a great pick. I think it's similar situation that I'm in, but he has more of a connection with Stroud. I like it. Amari Cooper. I've never been big on Amari Cooper since he left Dallas. But I mean, he is their number one. So I mean, you have three number one wide receivers, even though this one splits. Cool. Don't like the Lockett pick. I think Lockett gets fizzled out. I think he gets phased out of the offense. I think Lockett has seen his last big year last year. It already went downhill. I don't like the Lockett pick. There's definitely more people. I probably would have went with Smith-Njigba if I'd have done that. The other problem is that she has 2 bye week 10s here, so she can't even use them. Now she does grab Xavier Legette for Carolina. And I mean, it could be okay, but it's still Carolina. I like the wide receivers, but I think the Lockett pick and the Legette pickup, there's other options. So I'm gonna go. What do y'all think? B minus or C plus? I really like the first 3. I'm gonna go B minus. I really like the starting 3. I think she just fumbled the bag in the backups. Tight ends, Hawkinson and Conklin. I'm going B plus. I like those 2. Defense, she has the Browns, who apparently took a step back this year. I didn't know that. And then she has McPherson, who's a good kicker. We'll call it B minus just to kind of go through it a little bit quicker. We'll call it B straight up. Well, no, y'all say the Browns aren't going to be good this year, so I'll defensively they aren't going to be as good. But all right, so B minus. So Skyla would a B? Good deal. All right, Trey is a troll. He got Patrick Mahomes, but he got him in the first overall pick. So because he got that, he's getting a C. Sorry, Trey, if you're still here. Running backs, Derrick Henry in Baltimore. I'm like off the Derrick Henry train, guys. I don't know if it's just me, and it could just be me, but I'm off the Derrick Henry train. Najee Harris, I'm not picking up Najee Harris. He needed another running back way before then and just didn't get it because he grabbed Tucker. Najee Harris, I'm not grabbing Najee Harris. Brian Robinson, he's supposed to be the starter over Eckler, but they should share. I think they're going to be used in different packages. I'm interested to see how that goes. Benson, barely going to be used, right? I think these were all auto drafted. Man, am I just giving a straight up F? Yeah, I'm giving a straight up F for Trey on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it. I don't even think I'd grab Henry unless it was in like the 4th round, personally. Lockett was a bench pick. Yeah, I know he was, but I think there was better people out there for you. Oh, West Tigers won last night, Main Star? Hell yeah. I'll tell you, man, we've been and I was gonna talk a little bit about it after and like in our more upcoming streams. I don't think me and Nan have been burnt out. I think we just like needed a vacation. Like we haven't really even been messaging each other. Like we tried to get together for videos and like things kept going wrong. Like we had a corrupted file incident one time. We did another one, then we had an internet issue, and it was like things just weren't going right. And we were like, you know what? Maybe we just need a week just to relax. As much as what we didn't want to do it, but we also had family in town. My sister is staying with me right now with the baby because their AC broke, and it's just been a bunch. So we've just been spending time with family, and we actually feel refreshed. I'm so ready to get back to making content again. We got a lot of streams this weekend. We got video recordings on Sunday, and football starts in a week, so I'm definitely ready. Trey's wide receivers. Godwin, Reed, Adunze, Hollywood Brown, Hopkins. Is it bad to me that I feel like Hollywood Brown and Hopkins are better than possibly all 3 of them? I'll give him a D plus. I think the late ones were fine. I think these were steals, but these are just bad. Tight ends. Mark Andrews. I'll give him an A for. I'll give him a. No, he did in the 4th round for Mark Andrews. No, I'll give him an A minus. We'll be nice. We'll give him one good grade. Defense and kicker, Bengals defense, and he grabbed Justin Tucker in the 3rd round. For that, you don't get an F minus, you get a negative F. That's it. Look, it's not. I can't even. I'm not even allowed to do that. It's like some type of code. No, get rid of the code. I just want to. Yeah. No. All right. Fine. F minus. Overall grade. D plus. And then Big Q. First time to the channel, first time joining us. Quarterback situation, Stroud and Lawrence. Love it. A. Running back situation, Rashad White, James Cook, and then nobody else after that. I was about to just get really happy. About this because I'm not a big into Rashad White personally, but like he was top 10 throughout the whole entire time. And then Cook, I think Cook elevates again this year. I thought this was good, and then he grabbed nobody else. Who's going to be your backup running back? Who are you? He's going to have to do trading with his wide receivers, I guess. Okay. Man, no backup. I can't even give you more than a C, but I can't give you more than a D plus. I was thinking C, but I can't. But not without a backup. Even if you would just had one, I would have given at least a C, maybe a C plus. Yeah, no. All right. Wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith. I love Wilson there. I think Wilson will be fine, especially if Rodgers plays. Devontae Smith, yeah, chill. Terry McLaurin, chill, especially now with Dotson not being there. John Dotson getting traded. Is Dotson even? Did no one draft Dotson? Who made a move for Dotson in the league? If anybody needs a wide receiver, I shouldn't be saying anything because I'm pretty sure I need one, don't I? Yeah, I could. If you desperately need a wide receiver, Skyla, go get Jahan Dotson. Possibly. He'll be wide receiver 3, but I think it could be worth the risk. But McLaurin there now, that looks really good. Christian Watson, I'm not a big fan of any Green Bay wide receivers just because I don't know where they're going to throw the ball to. But as a 3rd string, yeah, that's fine. Gabe Davis, see what he'll do there. Judy, now in Cleveland. A lot of wide receivers. I'm not horribly mad at this. I'll say B. I'm not mad at this at all. Yeah. 1-2 start. McLaurin starts. Watching David Judy. Yeah. Cool. Doesn't jump out at me, but it's very solid. Tight ends. Dalton Kincaid, Taysom Hill. I would give this I'm gonna give it a B but I don't think Q realized what Kubiak was planning on doing with Taysom Hill, because Taysom Hill got a lot of different sets during the preseason game against the Niners the other day. And it just showed how active he's going to be in this offense. It's going to be more than what we've ever seen. Like, I think he's going to get between like 6 to 10 touches a game at least. And when he gets that, he normally does some crazy stuff with it. Yeah. Should have kept him. I picked him up. I couldn't jump fast enough. Defense, Dolphins, kicker, Bass. I'm cool with Bass. Dolphins defense. Apparently they're good. I'll give I'll give a B+ to that, I guess. I'm not mad at it. And we'll say that D- just really does bad with me. I want to say C+, but I'll go B- here for Q. All right. So this is the board. If anybody wants to take a screenshot, let me put this like full screen. I know I have something that does it. There we go. All right, that's full screen. If anybody wants to do a screenshot, I might be able to zoom in even a little bit more. Let me see. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, I didn't know that does that. All right. View. Is there not a zoom? Oh, it doesn't let me zoom. All right, well, there you go. If y'all want to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. Nah, if you can take a screenshot, or I can take one. I can't remember how to take a damn screenshot. Do a screenshot post in the community tab. That's what I want to do, but I don't. It's not letting me. It's not letting me. So, if you can take a screenshot, I'd appreciate it, because it's not letting me take a screenshot. Let me know once you got a screenshot of it, and then I will go ahead and pull up the draft board so you can take a screenshot of that too, and then you can put them together. See, I feel like I'm nice with giving grades, because like there's definitely some things that I feel like I could have been a little harsher on. God, and I really like your team except for your running back situation. I think outside your running back situation, you'd have been the only other A with Josiah. That's what I thought it was too, Brandy. It's not working for me. I don't know what's going on. I've taken several screenshots before. I don't know why it's not working for me. Something's messed up. My team's absolute boom or bust. I like your team, Jonah. Like I said, I just have questions with some of the moves. Like, I'm not always right. It's like the wide receiver thing is definitely a question. If he ends up being the number one and he gets utilized and he becomes Herbert's favorite target, then you have got a fucking steal of a draft for sure. I'm on my phone. Hey, mate. Yeah. If anyone could screenshot this for me, I'd truly appreciate it. And then just you can send it to us through Instagram or Discord or wherever you have us at, or email. Please appreciate it. If y'all can't, then I will deal with it later. I'll just save it. But I'm gonna minimize this, and then I'm gonna show. I don't know if I can. Let's see, can I make this? Oh, there you go. Does this show everything? Yeah, it shows everything. All right. See, let me take a screenshot of this. It just didn't let me take a. So weird. So I can take a screenshot of that, but I can't take a screenshot of Excel. Maybe I can save it as a. Can I save it as a PDF? Maybe. Not PDF, as a PNG. No, thought I could. I know there's a way to. I'm just a little slow, I guess. All right, I'll figure it out another time. I find some 8-year-olds in the street to help. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. All right. I like my first string running back, but everyone I wanted afterward was gone, so I was effed. Yeah, that happens, bro. I'm working with Scout and Trade for Brown right now. Well, hey, good luck, brother. Good luck. Good luck. All right, so I need to get off in 20 minutes, 23 minutes. I have another stream at 8:30, I believe, with Hoodie. Oh, he's pushed it back to 9:30. Okay, so I got time. I got time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a mock draft. So anyone here that wants to learn, I'm gonna put a message in the chat right now. At all, minutes if you want to join. Ask questions. All right, let me put myself back on the screen. How'd I do that? Like this? Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. We don't see you. I knew you didn't see me. I knew. Please explain the flex in the draft. The flex. Yes. Perfect. All right. So this is the way your team works. Okay. So this is your starting lineup. For your starting lineup, you get a quarterback, 2 running backs, a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and then in this league, we're doing 2 flexes. So this isn't standard for like every league. This year, this league is kind of fun. It allows you to get more points. So a flex can either be a wide receiver, a running back, or a tight end. So you can play 4 wide receivers if you want, or 4 running backs, or 3 tight ends, or 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, whatever mixture that you want. So in your starting lineup, you for certain have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and then you get 2 flex positions that can either be wide receiver, running back, or tight end. Then you also get a kicker and a defense. What up, Danny? Yeah, hey, yo, shout out Danny. Got the number 1 overall pick. Yes, sir. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you joining by. I'm so glad that it worked for that one. If you would have seen the chaos that happened in League 2 when I did the draft order, just to give you an idea, this is what it looked like because it kept resetting. It was a pain in the butt. So, yeah, congrats on number 1. Who are you picking? Are you going to announce it now? Do you already know? Are we going McCaffrey? Are we going Hill? I think that's like the only 2 options right now, right? McCaffrey or Hill? Like who else would you take number 1 outside of those 2? Like I used to think I possibly would take CD, but now with the issues, I'm not taking him. Even though it seems like he's going to sign, I'm still not taking him. Number 1 is terrible. Not always Brisky. Not always Brisky. Brisky, you missed your grade, brother. I'll pull it back up for you. I ain't going through it all. But I am starting 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. I'm gonna do a mock draft. Any other questions, please send them. Said just oh, yeah. All right. All right, so here's your grade, Brisky. B for quarterback, A for running backs, B for wide receiver, C+ for tight end, A for defense at clicker, got a B+ overall. Good squad. Really good squad. Why am I always in the damn middle? And y'all always connected. I know, right? And in the other league that you're not in on, I'm right behind Brad. So it's like I can never have fun. Like I can never have fun. Tight end was trash, true, but I think he was 2 last year. I don't know how. I mean, having trash tight ends is not a bad thing. Like it really don't matter. Said you're still deciding right now. I gotcha. All right. So I'm gonna go take a restroom break. I'm gonna play a little tunes in the background while I go do so. And then once I'm done with that, we'll go ahead through the mock draft. And what I'll do for those that have never played fantasy football before, I will break down like what my thought process is and why I'm picking this player, why I'm not picking this player. And it may just give you some things to think about during your draft. And for the draft, for the second one, I will make the draft time slightly longer. I know our draft is like at 7:30, so I mean we don't want it to be all day, but I will try to make it a little slightly longer. That way, if you have questions, you can ask them. We will be live for both drafts, so we'll be live tomorrow at 7:30, and then Saturday at 7 o'clock, both U.S. Central Time. So I will be right back, guys. That beat is loud, huh? Is that hurting y'all's ears? That hurt my ears. Glad for the music after the stream we heard on a stream last week. What's Sinbad? Was that English? Was that English? What time is it? Say D138. Okay. All right, we all in here? We're ready. I know Mainstar, you had questions the other day. So are you in here? Are we ready to go? Okay. All right, let's see. I've actually never done a mock draft. I've never done one. So I'm actually interested to see how this actually is going to play out. Sinbad said he's in here. Perfect. What you think of your rating, Brisky, though? You like B+ overall? I thought it was pretty good. Mason said, I'm here. Good. Someone took their phone to the loo. Someone took their phone to the loo. Oh, wait. During a live stream? That's crazy. You're not talking about me, right? There ain't no way y'all should be able to hear me all the way over there. Bathroom's like in the other room. There's like 2 doors in between it. Now, I know the people that be playing the games, they be having their headphones still on when they go. See, now that's just well, not that's me. I used to do that to Non back in the gap, if you want to be honest. But all right, guys, mock draft. Let's see how it works. New mock draft. Do they give me? All right, you can invite friends by sharing the invite link or mock draft against CPUs. Everything is full synced across the web and mobile devices. All right, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna run full blown CPUs. All right. So this is what where can I put myself? Oh, no, not like that. Does that work okay? Trying to see if there's a better option. No. All right, that's probably the best option. Everybody can see everything okay? All this looks good? I heard my name was not close to the phone. What had happened? Oh, no. Sinbad said someone took their phone to the loo while, I guess, streaming or something like that. And I was saying how, like, that's nasty. I said, but I know people that do that playing games. They'll, like, leave their headphones on and go use the bathroom. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I used to do that to Non back in the day, too. So I guess I'm an asshole, too. You being a little bigger looks better. Okay. Well, I just want them to be able to see the screen and not really see me as much. Done playing. They all turn out differently depending on rookies, I believe. Yeah. They'll all turn out a little bit differently. They're supposed to. All drafts are different. So Just like basic, basic stuff. The app already has what they believe is the priority of players, right? So this is based off of predictions of who will score the most amount of points in fantasy this year. It's a predictive like algorithm and stuff based off of last year's performances, their team this year, and yada 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 yada. All right, so all that shows up here. It's I mean, some people go straight off it, and it's not a bad method. Like sometimes I've seen auto drafts that have one leagues, but there's one thing that the auto drafts does not take account for, and that's bye weeks. So as you see where my mouse is here, this is your bye week. You want to make sure you're not stacking bye weeks up, right? You don't want to have, if you have 2 starting running backs, you don't want your backup running back to have the same bye week as one of your starters, because then you can't use them, right, during that bye week. And I'm assuming everybody knows what a bye week is, but it's just the week that they don't play a game, right? Also grab Palmer that you dropped, so if Vlad doesn't work well, we got him. There you go. That's not a bad pickup. And he might work. You might be right. Jeez, I haven't kept up with anything Chargers related, if you want to be honest with you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it. It has me at the second pick. Can I move myself to a different pick? I guess I'll just do myself the second. All right. Are you sure you want to start the draft action not be done? Yeah, it's okay. All right. That is so unusual. All right. If you ever have this stupid situation come up, I thought these mock drafts would be better than this. You grab Christian McCaffrey. So in the first round, you're in the early parts of the first round, you're looking at either the best running back or the best wide receivers. Normally, the first round pick will be Christian McCaffrey. With fantasy football, the hardest thing to get is consistent running backs, right? It's one of the tougher things to have. Now, in our league is PPR, which means point per reception. So wide receivers are worth more. And that's why sometimes CeeDee Lamb or a Tyreek Hill will get picked up first. I thought they were going to pick up McCaffrey, and then I was going to take Tyreek Hill. But if they're going to give me McCaffrey here, I'm grabbing McCaffrey here. It's just solid. As see, the drafts are snake drafts. They work one way, they come back the other. And now it's my pick again. So, all right. So I have my running back. Now, again, I am not looking anything outside of running back or wide receiver for the first, 5 picks, probably. I may grab a tight end, like if I want to try and go high on like Laporta, Kelsey, or Andrews. I may grab them like in the 3rd or 4th round. Like that, I might do that this playthrough. But typically, you want to get your running backs and wide receivers set. Like I normally want to get at least my starting running backs and wide receivers done by round 5. So like I want, 4 running back or 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, at least that by round 5. And then I may slip in a tight end, or maybe I decide to get ballsy and grab a quarterback or, something like that. All right, so it's putting me in a weird situation that I was in on the last draft, where it's Devontae Adams is the top person to pick in this situation. Now, knowing what I know, Ayuk is up there higher, but I'm not sure if Ayuk plays. And therefore, in this second pick here, I'm going to go Deebo Samuels. I'm going to check bye week 9. Now, that's the same bye week as McCaffrey, so I may want to think differently, so I will. I'm not going to grab that. I don't want my first 2 picks being on the same bye. Some people will strategize it and be like, well, I'll just lose week 9 and let it be what it is. But I'd rather not do that. It could be possible that I do, though. So I really don't see anything that jumps out at me. I really don't want Devontae Adams. I don't want to grab Drake London this high. I think I am. All right, I'm gonna take the L on week 9 for now. All right. So he went back, grabbed Travis Kelce. Now, I probably want to stay away from week 9 for at least a while now. I know my first 2 picks are not going to be there week 9. I'm taking that loss. I can still make it to playoffs. It's just about getting to playoffs. You get the playoffs, everything changes, then you can win the ship. All right. Trying to see if there is a pause, but I didn't even check to see if I can actually pause. Oh, I can pause. Nice. All right. So now I'm kind of looking at what's my best option. So I'm gonna go to flex. So right now I have Drake London, Chris Olave, Sam Laporta, Achan, Josh Jacobs. So there's a lot of good picks. So at this point of the draft, early on is probably the biggest thing with as a determining factor of how you're going to play your fantasy football league, right? So are you going to be heavy running back and strong at the running back position, or are you going to be strong at the wide receiver position? I normally go with wide receiver because of it being PPR, they get a point per reception. It adds up. I normally go there. But I do know some people that stack up their running backs early, which allows them to handle trades later on because people end up not having a bunch. Now, looking at this draft so far, it's been pretty balanced. It's been pretty balanced with running backs and wide receivers. So like I can kind of go either way. Originally, I was going to go Sam Laporta, but since he didn't go running back here, I kind of don't want to. I'm thinking something different. So I'm either leaning wide receiver again with like a Chris Olave. I'm going to take Chris Olave over Drake London. If I was y'all, I'd probably take Drake London over Chris Olave, but I'm not picking a Falcon over a Saints player. I'm just not doing it. If I wanted to go running back, I could go David Achan, or I could go Josh Jacobs. And I think both of these dudes make crazy numbers. So I'm going to look through the comments if anyone has any questions or anything before I do anything. Hall and Wilson on the Jets. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about Wilson is Wilson be really good at the beginning of the year, but if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, then that goes away. And if Devontae Adams goes there, which there's been rumors, I don't know if it'll happen, then that also goes away again. Are the points determined purely by the stats numbers or the effectiveness of each stat? It's determined strictly by the stat numbers. So you get X amount of points. So you get for a touchdown reception or a touchdown run, you get 6 points. For a catch, you get 1 point. For every 10 yards you run, you get 1 point. For every 10 yards that you receive, you get 1 point. Quarterbacks get 4 points for a touchdown pass, and they get, I think it's like 0.4 points per 10 yards that they throw. It's something like that. I can't remember exactly. You also get like some bonus things. So like if you do a touchdown run of 50 yards, then you'll get 6 points plus the 50 yards. So 5. So that makes 11. And then you'll get a bonus 2 points on top of it because it was a long touchdown run. So that'll make it 13 points. So it's all based off of stat wise like that. Now you can also lose points. If you fumble the ball, you lose a point. If your quarterback throws an interception, they lose a point. If you run backwards, you catch the ball and you lose yards, or run the ball and you lose yards, then you get negative yardage, so you get negative points. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't pay attention too much to bye weeks personally. Oh, I do. I definitely do. Well, because it makes you not have to scramble later on to try and get something done if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Running back early isn't a bad idea, but they're also limited. Yeah, in PPR, running backs normally don't make a big difference in it, but having consistent running back allows you to make big trades because there's always going to be a couple teams that have really good wide receivers but have nobody at running back, and they're just putting up 10-point duds, and they need somebody in order to compete. And so that's when you get to sting them. How important is kickers? I mean, you have to have a kicker, but I normally only draft one, and I normally don't draft a kicker until like either the last round, somewhere no earlier than round 12. I'm not drafting a kicker. You just need one. So the way kickers work is so a point after a touchdown, a PAT, if that is made, is worth 1 point. A field goal is worth 3 points. A field goal that's longer than 40 yards is worth 4 points. A field goal that's longer than 50 yards is worth 5. A field goal that's longer than 60 yards is worth 6. Now, kickers can also get negative points. If they get blocked, it's a negative 1 point. If they miss anything inside of the 40-yard line, I have it set as a negative point. So that is a thing too. That's something new. Not every league does that, but I'm all into like punishing, like for having bad play, right? Like I think you should be punished for having bad play. All right. So just to get back to this real quick. So you have options at this point. Running back or wide receiver, what are you going to be focused on? We also have to remember we have 2 flexes here. So that means we have another starter. So having balance is really good. So in the beginning, you could just pick off of what is best out there. Honestly, right now, I'm going to go wide receiver, but this would be a thing I would debate in my head because I may go running back and I may go Devin or Josh Jacobs and then just try and dominate. Like I might just try to dominate the run game, but I'm gonna go Olave. So let me go in. Let me resume, and I'll go off my first instant pick. All right, so Olave. Ah, damn, Jacobs got taken. Figured he would. All right. So now, obviously, it's not going to go this fast when we're doing it. And I'll talk through it like I did for our last draft, like why people picked it up, like if I thought it was good, bad, whatever. I'm not going to tell you who I would have took instead because I might want them. But you do want to preemptively like think like when you pick somebody who's going to be gone next. It's really hard in the beginning because there's a lot of good players, but like you're seeing this and like I knew these guys wouldn't come back to me. I thought Pacheco might, and I was going to grab Pacheco, but he obviously didn't. I thought Laporta might, and so I was going to grab him, but he obviously didn't. Now, they took quarterbacks off the board early, kind of crazy. I'm not grabbing a quarterback. Like, if I can't get Josh Allen, Hurts, Jackson Mahomes, maybe Joe Burrow, and then I'm just going to wait to the 6th, 7th round and just get somebody later. And like that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait. I'm not worried about it now. So now I can eat. Now I don't want to go 3 wide receivers in a row. The reason for it is because there are a lot of wide receivers that play. So, typically each team will have a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and a wide receiver 3. Now, as far as the running game goes, you typically have one starting running back that will get like anywhere between 12 to like 20 plus carries. And then you'll have a backup running back that may only get like 6 to 7. So having starting running backs are very, very important. So I'm going to go ahead and I only have 2 picks after this. So like I could go wide receiver if there's one that I really like. Technically, because he's going to pick twice and it comes right back around to me. But I'm going to go running back here. So let me pull up the running backs. Rashad White, by week 11. So I need to avoid by week 9. I'm going to grab, I really don't want 2 New Orleans players, but I'm going to do it anyway. I would grab AK right here for sure. I think AK is going to do better than all these. Maybe James Cook might be better, but I'm more comfortable with Alvin Kamara. Now, I am putting me in a bad situation because now I have both these players on bye on week 9 and both these players on bye on week 12. I absolutely can't get anything that has the same bye as those anymore. And eventually, I'm going to have to trade one of these players come week 12, more than likely. Like, I know that. All right, so now I can go wide receiver again, or I can go running back, or I could go and grab a tight end. Mark Andrews is there. I honestly don't mind that grab. I'm gonna pause again whenever it comes back around. Wide receiver wise, there's still guys that I like. I still like Christian Kirk. And this just comes with like experience of knowing players. Just, and if y'all have questions when we do the league, you can type them down below. I will answer questions about players. I won't hide information, but I won't openly just give it to you without you asking. If y'all want to ask about a player, then I will give you an answer. I still think there's wide receivers down here that can do some work. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Mark Andrews. Okay. All right. Thanks for the point explanation. The two main AFL fantasy games, one does just stats while other does effectiveness of each stat. That's interesting. I've never seen a method like that before. Example, match winning possessions that won a game at the end can be. Oh, okay. Okay. So now they do have, now that's just not standard. They do have things where like you, in some apps where you can do like game winning touchdown is worth more points or something like that. They do have ones that do it. And then they'll also have some that like if your team wins, you get a couple points. But it's just not common. Mainstar says defense must be important. So defense, you don't want a crappy defense, but it's also not super important. So the way defense works is they start off, I believe, at 21 points. So as soon as the game starts, they have 21 points. So if they force a team to fumble, they get an extra point. If they force a team to fumble and they recover it, then it's an extra 3 points. If they get an interception, it's worth 2 points. If they return a touchdown, like intercept for a touchdown, that's another 6 points on top of it. Now, they get negative points whenever they allow the other team to score or to get yards. So say when the team gets 100 yards of offense, they'll lose 2 points, right? When they get 300 yards off, they'll lose 7 points. If the team scores, if they allow this team to score 10 points, they'll lose, I think, like 3 points or 2 points, something like that. And it's all in the rules. So you can go and look at the rules of our league. I'll show you how to get there after this, and you can go get a good idea. But defense is kind of the same thing. Like defenses, I normally only get one. Every now and then we'll get two. But I normally get one and I swap them out. And the reason for it is I will swap them out every week if I got to. Because if they're playing a team that has bad offense, then I will I'll grab that team. Like if my Saints are playing the Carolina Panthers, who I know offense is not going to be good this year, then I'm going to go grab the Saints because they're playing a horrible team. Or now if say I have a really good defense, like say I have the 49ers, who are a top defense, but they're going and playing against the Dallas Cowboys, who have a pretty good offense, or the Kansas City Chiefs that have a good offense, then I probably won't want to play them. I probably want to play somebody else because I don't want to risk them playing against a team that can put up 30, 40 points and then they can get negative. So that's kind of how that works. Mark Andrew, Debo are really boom or bust. Mark Andrews definitely more boom or bust nowadays. Debo, if the things with Ayuk happens, that's what I'm kind of gambling on with the Debo Samuels thing. He's going to be all boom. That's my thought process with it. Brandy might not be correct. To be honest, I probably wouldn't grab Olave. Olave was the bad pick. I shouldn't have gone Olave there. I should have went Drake London or something else. But it is what it is. Everybody will have those mistakes. All right. So now we're going into round 6. And remember, like I said again, 2. Now it tells me right here where my mouse is, it shows that I have 2 running backs. So I filled my starting running backs. I filled my starting wide receivers. I filled my starting tight end. I have not filled my flexes. So I still need flexes. I'm still not going to worry about my quarterback for a while. I just don't care enough yet. I could have got CJ Stroud that last round, but I just don't care enough. So right now, I'm literally just looking at the best situation that I have as far as wide receiver or running back at this point. I got my two starters for both positions. So now I want to know what's the next best thing. Um, so I will undo the pause. All right, so wide receiver wise, they got Amari Cooper, they got Tank Dell. Tank Dell has a lot of competition, but he has been a favorite of CJ Stroud's. Amari Cooper, he is the bona fide number one in Cleveland. His bye week is 10. Running back wise, Swift in Chicago, I think he gets fizzled out. I don't want him. James Conner is a great running back. He gets injured. David Montgomery, I think I actually would want David Montgomery here. What's his bye week? Bye week 5. It's an early bye week as well. If he ends up not paying off, then I can ditch him later. Or I could grab a Christian Kirk, but I can't because the bye week messes up. So Dave Montgomery it is. All right. So they went and grabbed Christian Kirk. Yeah, that's look at the robot actually doing a good pick. It's actually pretty cool. All right. So now I probably want to go wide receiver here. I could go quarterback here technically because it's the 7th round. I normally start looking at quarterbacks at the 7th round. Or I can go wide receiver. I'm staying away from bye weeks 12 and bye weeks 9. I actually really like Keenan Allen, even though a lot of people think I'm stupid for that, but everybody has their own personal like opinions with things. So I'm actually going to grab Keenan Allen because he's a player that I want and he's a player that I like. The safer bet would probably be Amari Cooper if I'm being completely honest, but I'm gonna go Keenan Allen. Now come back around and give me the quarterback that I want. I didn't realize Burrow was still there. That's actually crazy. Because I am going to go quarterback here. All right. So funny enough, I'm stuck with the same exact quarter. See, that's so funny that I literally draft very similar every time. Like my mindset does not change, like how I do things. Like the players might change, but the same situation comes back up. And this is pretty accurate because I grabbed Dak Prescott in the same exact round in our own drafts. And to be honest, that's not a bad pick here. So because it just flips around, he grabs 2. I can go look. He needs a quarterback, so I think he's going to go quarterback here too. So he'll probably grab Dak Prescott. Now, one strategy is you grab the quarterback that matches with one of your wide receivers. And the reason for it is if your wide receiver does good, then normally your quarterback does good. And if your quarterback does good, then normally your wide receiver does good too. So that's a big brain strategy is to combo your a quarterback with the wide receiver. It's not always the greatest thing. Like it's not always like the perfect thing to do, but in my case, it is like because Brock Purdy, he was solid last year. Tagging him with Deebo Samuels could be really good. I wouldn't pair up Olave with Carr. That's stupid because Carr's not that great. I wouldn't do that. And some people would grab Caleb Williams to pair with Keenan Allen, and I kind of thought about that. Because I really don't want to have to. Because now I'm thinking like my 9 situation. Because now I have 2 San Francisco players, 2 New Orleans players. So actually, I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't pair at all because I already have double players, which is silly. So I probably should go Dak Prescott here or Tua Tagovailoa. I'm gonna go Tua. All right, so now I'm back on the grind for running backs and wide receivers. Once you fulfill your starting tight end and your starting quarterback, you are going back onto the wide receiver and running back grind. It's really as simple as that. So now I'm looking and seeing where I want to go with this. I already have 3. I have 3 of each, so I can kind of go either way. I'm still trying to stay away from 12 and 9. That way I don't get in trouble. I could do a 5 or a 7. That would be just fine with me as far as bye week goes. Man, maybe Cheesehead was onto something about McConkey because they have him as as a top wide receiver here. Definitely interesting. So as I scroll down, like Cortland Sutton, I think is actually a good pick. I don't know why he's so far down, but I probably could wait. I could take a risk and wait one more round and hope he comes back to me. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait one round, see if he comes back to me. If he doesn't, well, then I may be in some trouble. But that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go look at running backs now. So I don't have to worry about a bye week for a running back until week 9. So technically, I could go like a Nick Chubb here. I could go Zamir White, who I got on my other league. Javonte Williams, he's a starter for Denver. Zach Moss is a starter for Cincinnati. I'd go between Zamir White and probably Zach Moss. I'm gonna go Zamir White. All right. Let's see. I've got the points table. I'll be taking a different approach than most to begin the season, playing tactics, then sledging from them on. Yeah. Hell yeah. So as far as like that goes, like I said, my draft, looking at my draft right now on this mock draft, McCaffrey, I'm keeping. I'll probably trade Deebo Samuels. I'll probably trade Deebo Samuels for another good wide receiver with a different bye week or something like that, and maybe to go along with another running back or something. Like I might be able to double him up, or I could do the same thing with like Olave or Kamara. Like any of these three are now tradable for me. Like I think about that while I'm drafting. Like I'm sitting here, like I'm okay with my quarterback situation. I really don't need another one. I could go get a better one if I wanted to in trade, but I'm not worried about it. My issues is my bye weeks because I have 4 players from just 2 different teams. So I may sit back and be like, okay, I need to trade one of these 4. What can I do? Can I go a 1 for 1? Can I trade a 1 for 2? One player for 2 players, or can I go and trade like a Debo with a Zamir White and then go get a like number 1 wide receiver and maybe do like a 2 for 1. Maybe I can go and trade and grab somebody like a Jamar Chase or Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like those are all possibilities. What up, Will? How you doing, brother? What up, Gold Case? Hey, marry me. What about your conditions when you contact me? I'm waiting. Go okay. If you only I promise you, if you only knew why we haven't even been live that much, it's just been busy, brother. I promise you, man. Me and Non haven't even been talking because we've just had a lot of life stuff going on. All right, let me unpause this and we'll keep rolling through here. All right, so I got 3 running backs. I got 4 running backs. 4 running backs, 3 wide receivers. So I could look at backup tight end. I could look at backup tight end here if I wanted to. Or I could look at another wide receiver. Or I could even look at backup quarterback possibly. Brock Purdy's still out there. Didn't expect him to still be there. So I'm going to go look. Does anyone else need a backup quarterback? He does. He's going to probably go quarterback here. That person does. So everybody still needs backup quarterback. So probably some quarterbacks will be going soon. I'm not ready to jump on it because they still have guys like Herbert, Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, who are all very capable quarterbacks. So I'm not going to worry about that. I want to look at wide receivers. I want to look at wide receivers. So I said I like Cortland Sutton. I felt like he was underappreciated. He's cool with my bye weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cortland Sutton here. I'm so locked in for this draft, Zach. What's good, Andre? How you doing, brother? Hell yeah, man. I'm glad. I hope so, man. I hope it's a lot of fun. Like that. Like that's what I want. I want to have fun. I want us to have some friendly trash talking. I want there to be some risk involved with trades and different things like that. And like, man, just have a good time. I know for sure for the league that you're in, Andre, that's one that I think we have a lot of serious people with. So it should be a fun. I hope a lot of people are active. Some of them aren't from the channels, and I'm hoping they come and join us. I know Danny Visuals came and joined in earlier today, so that was cool. But I think they're all like serious fantasy players. So I think that one should be really fun. And I'm not afraid to like be experimental. Like I plan on experimenting a bit. All right, so he grabbed his quarterback. So I have my whole situation done, right? I got my flex spots now. I got 4 wide receivers. I got 4 running backs. I got my 1 tight end. So I could be looking at backup tight end or I could be looking at backup quarterback. I'm probably going backup quarterback here. And so now, because of my other quarterback being a good spot, I can either go with a different bye week or I could try and combo some people. What do I trust more? Do I trust Brock Purdy being comboed with Deebo Samuels more? Or do I trust Caleb Williams comboing with Keenan Allen more? Keenan Allen could very well just be the wide receiver 2. Deebo's going to be wide receiver 1, especially if Ayuk's not there. So I'm a combo Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy probably will start over Tua. So MS does sledging included your mama. Your mama's so broke. I saw her walking down the street kicking a can. I said, what's she doing? She said, moving. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate y'all hosting it, bro. For real. I missed out on the other one. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to join, man. It's something we enjoy doing. It's something I want to do more and bigger as years to come. Like, we're really trying to get in touch with like some type of trophy company or something like that, and trying to be able to get like a really, like, not a crazy big, but like a nice size trophy and stuff. Right now we're probably still sticking with the pint glass unless something changes. But like next year, I'm going to really try. Hopefully we can try and hustle out something, because we have like bigger and better prizes that we want to do. Like, one thing we thought about doing was getting like custom jerseys and stuff like that. Like, it's just being able to do it. And the more leagues that we do, it also makes it harder. So we have to figure out a way to adjust that. Like, I might do it as like a growth thing. Like, if you win League 2 or 3, you get bumped into League 1, and that one's like the big prize. And the bottom 2 teams of League 1 drop down. Like, I might do it like a ranking system. That could be cool. All right, so I got my backup quarterback. Everything went through. People started grabbing backup tight ends. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a tight end. I didn't realize Hawkinson was still out there. That's actually crazy. So I can go tight end here. I mean, to be honest, none of these tight ends are that good. But I definitely need to get somebody. I need to make sure, because I'm only getting 2 tight ends, that it doesn't mesh. It's week 14. So Cole Kmet from Chicago. I don't want another Chicago player. Freiermuth for Pittsburgh. That could work. Luke Musgrave could work. I'll go ahead and grab Freiermuth. I guess that's fine. I ain't tripping about that. All right, come back around. So now this is when you start looking at defensive kickers. Like I said, I look at I could have went defense the round prior to this too. To be honest, I didn't think about that. So I'm looking at defense or a kicker here, or I'm looking at whatever the best flex option is. I'll probably go defense first. I feel like defense is more important than kicker. Kicker, those flip-flop nonstop. Now, when you're picking defense, this is something to think about. One thing that I will do if I'm new, and I don't know all the NFL teams and like who are in their divisions and stuff like that, but certain teams are good and certain teams are bad. You can easily go to ESPN.com, go to NFL, go to teams, and then it'll show you their division. Now, the way divisions work in the NFL is if you're in the same division as a team, you play them twice, once at home, once away. So this is important, because when picking a defense, I know that if they're in a weak division and that defense is good, it's very possible, they're going to play weak teams, right? Weak offensive teams. So you might want to take a risk and go get them. So like top defenses are like Dallas Cowboys, Baltimore Ravens, Steelers are good. Broncos are good. Cleveland was good. They're apparently they've dropped down a bit. Cincinnati's okay. Miami's good. Buffalo is okay. And you kind of go off that. I think the Saints are going to have a really good defense this year, if we're being completely honest. But I can't go Saints because I already got too many Saints teams. Now Niners are going to play against the. Well, I can't go Niners either because I already have 2 Niners players, so I can't do that. So I am going to go Jets. Jets have a really good defense. They're in a not a very weak division, but their defense really held them down last year. I would argue between Jets and Ravens at this point. Ravens play against Steelers and Cincinnati, and I'm forgetting myself. Steelers, Cincinnati, and who else they play against? And then Cleveland. Oh, I might go Ravens. I'm gonna go Ravens. Did not pick for me? What happened? What's going on here? There we go. Yo, what up, Charles? How you doing, brother? So how do you think Olave does this year? I want to take a gamble on me starting to drop later. Man, I don't know, bro. I honestly don't want him, but if I end up getting in a situation where I'm picking between him or Drake London as but the best two options, I'm gonna pick him over London, even as a Saints fan. But I think London does better than him this year. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell because Kubiak is a very good offensive minded coach. But the issue is, we aren't seeing that yet in preseason. We don't know what the offense is going to look like because they're running vanilla offense. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. I would like to say he's going to have a very similar to an Ayuk role. Is what I'd like to say. All right. All right. So I can go kicker here, or I can go grab the next back. Oh, Cody Myers still hasn't been gone. Yeah, so Jacoby Myers or Jerry Jeudy are good picks here. Week 10? I don't have any week 10s. Yeah, I'm going Jacoby Myers. Now I got to get a kicker, and it gets easy here. Pick a team that scores a lot of points. Tyler Bass used to score a lot of points. We're not sure about what he's going to do this year. Miami scores a lot of points, but they also don't kick a whole lot of field goals. So, it's a question. Cameron Dicker for the Chargers. I mean, he'd probably be okay. I like Sanders. He has a boot on him, so I'm gonna go Sanders. Charles A was clutching up for me last year, Olave. Oh yeah, he has big games. But anyway, so that is my thought process. I know you got to do these a lot, and some of it sounds like a lot of scramble, but for the league draft tomorrow, I will be setting a friendly time. Normally we do 3 minutes. I'll probably extend it out to 4. That doesn't mean use all 4 minutes, but at least give you a little bit of time. There's certain apps and stuff like that you can download that are free. So they have fantasy football ranking apps and different things like that. And those work good, or you can use the ones here. Your biggest thing is just making sure that you stack up on running backs, wide receivers. Don't buy into a quarterback early unless you just really want him. You just really want a Josh Allen or a Hurts or a Jackson or a Stroud or Mahomes. They're going to go up there. Burrow could even be a little bit higher. Unless you just absolutely want them, don't worry about it, because most quarterbacks, you have your top 5, and then the rest of them at the end of the year, the difference of points is a gap of 7 it's a gap of 10 to 15 points. It ain't much. So quarterback is not all that important. But what you do with your running backs and wide receivers and your depth at those two positions are, because there will be injuries and people will need to make trades. So if you have extra space there, then you can make trades, because you might have somebody like this team here, team 7. Oh, no, he has a lot of running backs. Let me look at a team that doesn't have a lot of running backs. This team right here. And Jonathan Taylor gets hurt. And now he's stressing because he only has one running back. So I could go in and I could trade him 2 of mine, get Cooks, and then get a wide receiver with it too. And do it that way. You have options. So keep that in mind. Don't grab defenses until the last 5 rounds. I don't go until the last 3. Don't grab kicker until the last 3 either. And that's pretty much it, man. It's not that hard. Have fun. Regardless of what your team looks like at draft, it's going to look a lot different at the end of the season if you actually play and you actually work trades and have some fun. experiment with it, do fun trades. If you have questions, send them to me, send them to Non. We don't mind answering them. I'll give you like the real raw like opinion, even if it's something that would hurt me. Like if I'm going against you next week and you're making a big trade and stuff like that, I'll be honest with you. Like if you beat me, you beat me. I ain't tripping. But anyway, guys, I think that will just about do it for tonight. So I do want to say we have missed you guys. We do appreciate the continued support. I know it's been a while since we've been live. We've been a little flaky on our uploads the last couple weeks. Lot of things, good things for the most part, not like stressful things, but just been a lot of things. School started up for me this week. We got both me and Non both have family in town and staying with us as well. So that's been like, some just time where we're just hanging out with family, hanging out with friends, chilling, not really trying to, get clogged up on here, with the, free time we do have in the evenings. But we are motivated and ready to go again. We have 2 live streams, one tomorrow and one on Saturday. We'll get some video editing done on Sunday. We have the NFL season starting in, I think, just 2 weeks now. So we'll be on our normal stream schedule for Monday and Thursdays. And then we'll keep an eye out and figure out, what other things we can do as well. Obviously, with school starting and stuff like that, it's harder to do those early morning streams. But, we will have some. October's on the horizon, so that means Bathurst isn't too far away. It's about a month and a couple weeks away, so that's super exciting. We'll have some more of those. And yeah, it's like Non said, we do miss y'all, but I don't see my son that much, and because he's in the military now, exactly. So it was a well-needed rest, and just a mental refresh, and we're definitely ready to get back on the grind. So appreciate y'all sticking with us, man. We will be here, more often starting next week. We'll hopefully have our schedule being posted. I won't say this week, but I'll say the following week we'll game plan to have a regular schedule posted again. I know some people were asking about that. So I said, does include Old Bathurst? What's Old Bathurst? What you talk about? Yeah, you talk about the race. Yeah, we're gonna do the race for sure. Family comes first. Not absolutely awesome effort, mate. Thanks for the info. Looking forward to the draft tomorrow. Absolutely. We do appreciate, absolutely. We appreciate you all. So anyway, guys, if y'all do want to come and check me out, I will be joining Hoodie live for some New Orleans Saints talk. Hoodie is a very good friend of ours. He helped us out a lot when we first started our channel. He welcomed us in every single day, every time he streamed. So make sure to go check out Hoodie Jube over on YouTube. I'll be there with him in about 30 minutes. And I'm assuming we're talking about the past game against the 49ers and what's to come in the last preseason game at home this weekend. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. I got to figure out the leave button. Hold up. I found it. Cheers.